Hey guys, Amanda here at Bare Bones Living, and I thought I would do a little quick morning update on my peppers. So just as a little recap, I live in zone 5B. I live in a suburb of Chicago, Illinois, and these peppers were about 8.5 weeks old when I decided to top them. And the video that I shot for you when I did top those two pepper plants, one was my red Ember Cayenne plant and one was my Jalapeno plant, and I'll point those ones out specifically. So I topped them at 8.5 weeks, and to the two that you saw me top, I topped them in like the little pots that they were growing in, and then I had actually planted the rest of the, I planted the rest of those of my pepper varieties in this new garden bed when I got it, and then I just decided to go ahead and top the rest of them while they were in the garden bed. So that was about a month ago. And I thought I would show you guys the progress. So here's my row of peppers. And we have been having a lot of rain here for the past 2 weeks. So our growth has kind of gone crazy here in the past 2 weeks. We were in a severe drought, so we desperately needed water. And then we got dumped on. We had the tornado, and then after the tornado, we just got a bunch of rain. So our plants have gotten a lot of water, and I have a plant jungle now. And I've been kind of crazy with my schedule and things like that, so everything's a little out of whack here in my garden, but it looks wild and beautiful. So this one is my Highlander Anaheim pepper, and this is what I'll make those cut green chilies out of when you get like tomatoes with chilies in them. And we have some big fruit. There's 1 and 2 there, setting there with lots and lots of buds ready to sprout some fruit. This is my red Flame Cayenne, not the one that you guys saw me trim. This is a different cayenne pepper. I just got 2 different varieties. I don't think they're going to be any different. I ordered the 2 on accident and just decided, well, fine, I'll grow them each and see if they're any different. But it's got lots and lots of fruit set on it. Obviously none of those are ready yet because they'll turn red when they ripen. But you can see how much bigger that Anaheim pepper is than that cayenne is. Then next to it here is my Sugar Rush peach plant. And this one, I think the last time you guys saw it was really squatty. It was like only this big. And it's grown very big and bushy. It's very dense plant. But we do, I don't know if you can see that, we do have some peppers growing on it. And there are so many buds on here that are ready to give us fruit. There's about 4 growing in there now, but that's ready to explode. I'm looking really nice. This is the red Ember Cayenne that you guys saw me trim, and this one has lots and lots of fruit on it. I would say probably twice as much as the other one. So it's doing very, very well. This is my early jalapeno, which is really funny to me. This is my first year with an early jalapeno, and I was really excited because since I live in a cooler climate, I thought an early jalapeno would be really great to have. I have a much more shortened growing season than most, and I thought that would be really beneficial for me, and it's doing fine and giving us fruit. However, its cousin over here, the tam jalapeno, is way outproducing it. It started setting fruit like maybe a week before the early jalapeno did. Much more prolific and doing really well. And you can just see like these are really sturdy plants. I'm really happy with how healthy they all look and are producing. Then next to that is my California Wonder, and this is just like a traditional bell pepper, and it's doing okay. It's setting some fruit. I think this is the only California Wonder plant that I had survive. So I'm probably gonna get some some little blossom bags to put over a new, like this bud is already open and has probably already been pollinated. If you want to save seeds from plants, you should really cover a blossom before it opens and then hand pollinate it, and then once that fruit starts you can take the bag off, because then you know that it's not been cross-pollinated. And then I'll save seeds from this one because this, like I said, is my last California Wonder bell pepper. And then over here I have my sweet chocolate pepper, which is just like a purplish brown bell pepper. We got like 5 peppers on this one. Doing pretty good. And then this guy over here, I have a couple growing in pots just to try something different. This is my Corbaci sweet pepper. And these are fun. They remind me of really long fingernails, like those big long false fingernails. Some of these back ones are extremely curly Q, and they'll turn red when they're ripe as well. But this one's just loaded with peppers. This one right here, also in a pot, is my orange bell pepper. And I'm really fairly certain that the seeds from my orange bell pepper came from a store-bought orange, like an organic orange bell pepper that I got from the grocery store. I can't be totally certain, but it's doing okay. It's got some little buds on it, little fruit. And then back here in my pollinator garden, I have 2 more bags of peppers. And this is actually my Jalapeno plant. And this pepper plant is really jamming. My Jalapeno is extremely prolific. And these are definitely ready to be picked. I'm gonna come out here and harvest these. Like I said, I've been pretty busy and a little bit neglectful with my garden recently. But yeah, you can really see it from this side. It's just loaded with peppers. And then right here, this is my giant Marconi pepper. And these are growing nicely. You can get real big. And these are kind of a smoky pepper, similar to a poblano pepper. So the peppers are doing really well, and I'm pretty happy with it. So the concern that I was getting, or the concern that others had, was that I don't have a long enough growing season to actually top peppers. As I mentioned, I am in zone 5B, and we have a much shorter season than most. I think I have like 100-day growing season. I don't really remember. But really what I experience in my area specifically is we don't get much of a spring. We go from winter to summer. And sorry about this jiggling camera. I'm trying a new camera and it's much heavier. So we pretty much go straight from winter to summer. Our temperatures can range anywhere from 26 degrees to 96 degrees in a week in the spring, and our weather is very volatile in the spring. Our fall is much better. We do get much more of a gradual transition of seasons. And I can grow through up till almost Halloween here. We've gotten snow in September, or we've gotten snow not until December, you know? So it's a pretty big range. But with a shorter growing season, people were concerned that by topping my plants and not, you know, when I topped that, I believe it was my Jalapeno plant that had little buds on it. Those buds were going to be future fruit, right? And that plant was already getting ready to set those fruit, and I cut those off. And my thinking behind that was that I wanted to create a stronger root system, a stronger plant. And looking at that Jalapeno plant, it's not suffering. And I'm getting a lot of harvest. And yes, I did sacrifice that bundle of 4 or 5 fruit. But there's probably almost a dozen fruit on there. And I'm going to later today come and clip those off. And that plant is going to be triggered, hey, I don't have any fruit to proliferate. I need to set more fruit. So I'll get much more out of that plant. And to those people that were concerned, I appreciate, you know, the concern. And it's a valid concern. I don't have a very long growing season. And, you know, you just never know, right? So I decided to do it to all of my plants, and see what happened. You never know until you try something. And I haven't seen any ill effects. You know, maybe that early jalapeno, maybe that's why that early jalapeno didn't produce as early as I was expecting or hoping it to do. Maybe it would have set fruit if I hadn't topped it. I don't know. But I think that this has been a success. I'm happy with what I see. I'm happy with what I have. And, you know, I'm only in mid-July. I'm going to get tons of fruit. And my plants look really healthy. And that's what I'm going for. So all in all, I would say that my little topping peppers experiment was successful. And I think I'm pretty confident I'm just going to continue doing that anytime that I'm growing peppers. So that's my experience. I hope that you guys maybe enjoyed that or learned something, or it just gives you maybe the courage to try something that others are like, oh no, that's not something that you should do, or that's going to ruin your yield, or you can't do that because of XYZ. There are no you can or you can'ts really in gardening. It's all just experiment. So, maybe you try a couple plants a different way, or try something, maybe just a small portion of your garden you try a different way. But you never know if it's going to work for you if you don't try it, right? So that's what I tried to do, and I think that it was fruitful. Thank you guys for joining me today, and definitely don't forget to like this video if you enjoyed it, and don't forget to subscribe. Thank you guys for stopping by today and joining in on our journey here at Bare Bones Living. We'll catch you on the next one.